Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome back. So, it looks like the great state of New York decided to get back on their bullshit. Yeah, man, they really ain't been that good when it comes to criminal reform, if we're being honest. We got another story we're going to talk about tomorrow about their stop and frisk and how it really hasn't actually stopped and has apparently been just as bad, despite what Bloomberg's BS has been saying. So, aside from that, did y'all hear that in response to the coronavirus that has plagued the state of New York, yes, there are at least 140 confirmed cases, I believe, with about 4,000 people being quarantined. So, in response to this and the hand sanitizer crisis of 2020, they have decided to deploy labor from the prison to create 100,000 gallons of hand sanitizer a week. Yes, this man, Governor Cuomo, sitting next to a whole bottle of NYS. Yeah, the actual stuff that they're producing, that hand sanitizer is what these people in prison will be creating for 16 to 63 cents an hour. Stupid. Like, it's ridiculous. The gallons alone cost $6 an hour worth of production costs. And don't get me wrong, there's a good thing for the prisoners, you know what I'm saying? If they work, extra hard and diligently, they can earn themselves $1.30 bonus a day. Look, I don't really know how y'all feel about prisoners, and I'm not gonna presume, but we don't treat people inhumane in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not what we do. We're not torturers, we're not we're not supposed to be. But we're not, you know what I'm saying, those kind of things. We are supposed to try to adhere to a certain set of values, okay? Prison reform is something that I do take serious, and it's something that I'm glad to see that President Trump has actually been taking serious. He has been pardoning people, not always the right people. But, hey, progress is progress, and you know what I'm saying? Even a dead clock appears to be right sometimes, is what they say. I don't really know the quote, don't really give a fuck. But truthfully, this situation in New York is actually kind of dire because it points to the fact that we're abusing our prison labor. So, aside from the fact that they're using them from hand sanitizer, get this, in 2008, this was created. The pandemic influenza surge plan for managing in and out of hospital deaths. What? Translation? They're using prison labor to dig niggas' graves. Yes. When people die from pandemics like the influenza breaks and, well, here the coronavirus and stuff like that, they have casted and tasked out the digging of graves to be done by the state prison labor force. Like, that's just morbid. I mean, like, it doesn't get any worse than this. Like, okay, it does. Obviously, that's hyperbole. But I'm just saying, y'all, this is so disrespectful and so, I don't know. I don't even have, like, the right word for it right now. But we really need to have a more nuanced conversation about prison reform, about prisoners, about prisoner rights, felony rights, about being able to vote once you've served your time. We need to talk about recidivism. We need to talk about rehabilitation. We need to talk about that versus institutionalization. These are things that really, really need to be spoken about. This is something I really, really, really wish the Democrats would speak a lot more about, but I guess it's not really that important during election season. But guess what? To us, this shit is important, and we're going to continue to speak about it. So, like I said, tomorrow we will have another conversation speaking even more about how New York has blatantly just disrespected justice and the law and just hasn't given a fuck about the Constitution or anything about the law of the land. So, until then.